his particular muscles. You know, I go back to the book a little bit and I look at it and I try to, you know, let it sink in some more, you know, and you know, the particular individual ones. And every now and then you talk about it a little bit more, which is neat. I kind of play with them, you know, with the eyes and the eyebrows and the, you know, being able to isolate them and the opening the eye, the lower part as well as the upper.
Right, right.
And then the, you know, the anger, the muscles here and the brow. And
yeah, just and so it's like it comes on naturally, normal, you know, and able to grab. And it's just those small releases of emotion, you know, and small, like we can. Hey, Josh, what's happening, man?
Hey, how are you?
All right.
Sorry, I got a kilo sandwich I haven't eaten today.
Yeah, we're just chatting a little bit here on just kind of, you know, again, like what do we practice? How do we practice? And all I can go is like, you know, for me, when I started developing the whole thing, I had to explore each thing, each movement in a sense. What it can be applied to? How did I get there? How can I get there authentically, you know, or organically?
mm-hmm.
And so that process, because you can't just make the face. There's a point of attention that leads you to something. And even if it's just a matter of you see something and just focus on it, doing that deliberately so that you can do that and not take a lot of brain activity. So if you got to think about it in your audition, you've already taken like say you got $50 for this audition.
Mm-hmm.
That $50 is $50 of brain activity. And every time if you go in, for example, and you're under some kind of duress, well, that takes $10 out of your out of your reserve. Then you got $40. Now you have to memorize a few lines. Well, that's going to, depending on how much, that could take another $5 to $10 out of your pocket. You know, and then all of a sudden you want to think of how you're going to express this, but you haven't quite set it up, so you need more brain activity. That could take a big chunk of change. Before you know it, you got so much activity going on. You forgot to do this one. You forgot to do that one. You know, to make sense. Is my video a little behind me speaking?
It was when I was on full screen, and then I clicked it off of full screen to click you back in.
No, I think it had nothing to do with your full screen or not. I think it had to do with me. Because I could see it on my side. Right there, it was a delay.
Yeah, there's a little bit of delay on both of you guys.
Yeah. Maybe it's just the, I don't know if it's.
Is there something we can do to.
The only thing we can do, like a lot of times around this time, you know, people are sucking down some of the bandwidth.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just as people, you know, it's like watching more Rockford Files or something.
I guess, yeah.
I try to turn off all the extra.
Yeah, close anything that's open that has nothing to do with what we're doing, and that's probably the best thing.
Interesting thing with Zoom is, though, I think there's like two ways to do it. You could either there's an app, and then you could do it through the internet.
Yeah. Well, I think the app it's got to come through the internet one way or another. Mm-hmm. The app just helps you, you know, organize it.
Mm-hmm.
So, so that the whole idea of just, I mean, there'll be ones that you'll use over and over and over again. So I want you to think of ones that you'll use as you're thinking. One as you might use your strongest, you know, well, your go-to opinions. Like I think my go-to opinions may be irritated, contempt, and pain. So if you have them, you can see how you might be able to use, especially the pain one. If somebody says something, that's a great reaction to go to. If you don't understand something, you're not really sure you like it or not. Because it's not really an emotion. It's something that you are attaching a painful experience on it. Would it be how stupid somebody is? Really? Are you really going to say that? So you can do it without, being angry. But it's really, in a way, it's very not necessarily intimidating as much as it is condescending. You listen to somebody's music, they're singing, and that hurts, or a bad joke. So think of the ones that in life that you go to. You often go to contempt, in your daily conversations. Because we want to bring them in because it's part of your quality, part of your character. Richard?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ask a question? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Did you have any thoughts about what I just said?
I'm thinking. I'm not sure.
What you do? I'm not sure what I mean.
What my go-to is. It's a good thing to know. I know. I should be more.
And if you don't have one, then come up with one. You know what I'm saying? It's most of our life we're trying to get along with people, right? So we would naturally try to suppress those kind of reactions.
Yeah, it's like when I'm talking to my clients, a lot of times, like I catch myself going into like a contempt phase, because I'm more or less like translating to them that like, yes, I hear you, just so that that
skeptical on it, right?
Yeah, it's like this looks like shit. I need to fix it.
The pain and the contempt, real contempt afterwards. When we're gonna be a little skeptical, and and half a smile is still skeptical, right? Thanks. Sure, but think of after you say something or they say something, and you go, yeah, great, thanks. That means you were no help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll catch you around, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
And again, that's so for just the fact that you want to be clear about what you're saying. It's more that becomes a little bit more intellectual, even, or it might be like what Jush just did a moment ago. Disbelief. What are you doing? So the brow comes down. What? So playing with those, and having them access, keeps our face from being too just kind of bland or non-committal, and just reading our face there. Okay, so I want you to play with that. I want you to think about that for yourselves. What's what's that quality, and how can you enhance it? If you're a warm person, you want to be warm. Okay, how do we get more of that? If you're a sarcastic, witty kind of person, how do we get more of that? How do we become a real kind of hybrid of ourselves, of holding it up, start cleaning the other shit away? If they want this person, let's get Jush, because Jush Allen's got this down. So we're not going to, they know what you do and what you do well. Well, I feel like I got abandoned. Everybody fucking left me.
Sorry.
All at once, it was just something I said. All right, did you guys get that little 2-3 pieces of information, that script?
I just printed it out. So where are we at here? So the red?
Yeah, there's like 2 lines there. We need to take a moment to have those lines, memorized, because I'm going to ask you to do. All right, so let me go back in a different way on this, because memorizing words is probably most difficult for most people. And I don't know how you guys do it. If you just try to do it, just keep running it over and over and over and over again until you got it memorized, or saying the lines so that when they make sense, they're easy to remember. Because then we're into that gray matter, where we know how we got from here to here to here to here. Without that, you're walking into the dark and you're going, where is everything? So, Richard, do you have your lines up there?
I got them up here. Yeah, I don't have memorized, but I got them up here.
Memorize them right now. Let's start in a second. So what
I go to the cleaners and write.
You're going to read first, then Josh. I just want you to read the words. I just want to hear them come out of your mouth. Don't put anything to it. Just read them.
I go.
Richard, go first, then you, Josh.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to look at it. Okay.
If I wanted you to memorize them, I would have told you to memorize. Just look at them, and then because I want to also share with you how we can memorize quicker, faster, and make it more sense.
I go to cleaners and you write a book. I come back and you have it published. I do the laundry and it became a great bestseller. I fold it and you get an award. Put yourself in my place. I'm earning a living as a houseboy.
Okay, good. All right, Josh, just read it.
I go to the cleaners and write you a book. I come back and you have it published. I do the laundry and it becomes a bestseller. I fold it, you get an award. And you put yourself in my place. I'm earning a living as a houseboy.
Okay, so we you guys don't really, know what the scene, but you read probably the whole scene. But if we had these words and we put other context to them, we can begin to, they'll begin to sound and look differently. So we're going to look at the subtext behind this. So that means all this text that you're saying is correct. But you're going to say, in this case here, remember we've been working on modifying. So the question would be, right here, the text sounds like it's angry. So we're going to go with that. Why might you be experiencing anger? So take a moment and basically, what the relationship is, you're married to this person here. You're living a life. You think you're kind of a houseboy here. You're staying home. I don't know what kind of work you do, but under these conditions, why do you think this character could be angry?
He feels like he's not getting enough credit or being acknowledged by his wife, who's winning these awards, and so he's kind of lashing out there a little bit.
So what are you really reacting to?
He's I would say that she kind of maybe takes him for granted, and he wants to be heard on like the level of, say, like he just wants to be acknowledged for the housework he's doing, while she's doing great things, writing books and having them published and whatnot. Okay. So
but we still don't know what you're really reacting. I know you're angry. Are you reacting to the fact that you feel that she's emasculating you? So is it self-preservation? Somebody's trying to, or do you feel humiliated, and you want to lash out because you're not whatever she is. You're not.
Yeah.
So you're feeling inferior, and what in that case there, again, it might be self-preservation, psychological.
Mm-hmm. Could be jealous, like with the last line, I'm living as a houseboy. Like, it's demeaning. So, jealousy, and he feels demeaned. And maybe he just needs to get out of the damn house or something.
What would happen, Richard, if what you're reacting to is that she doesn't get it, the frustration of her not getting how emasculated you feel? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I guess that's resentment, right? And
well, you resent her as a result of it. Yeah, I think it's frustration that's making you angry because she's not understanding how inferior maybe lack of your self-esteem, how inferior maybe you're feeling, but it's her fault.
Is there any feeling that she's getting ahead because he's doing the grunt work at home?
In all reality, it doesn't really matter. We're just going to choose. You can say that, yeah. What I want to come up with here is, we know you're angry. I want to know why what has just happened is evoking an anger response to you. So I want to set it up. Is what would, if you were in a relationship where your significant other was going out and becoming more successful, it's an actress, dancer, they're booking all these big jobs over and over, and you're not doing anything. You're home watering the dog and watering the plants and walking the dog. Now, could that make you angry? I mean, it might not, so we have to add something into it. We're already feeling less than, right?
Yeah. You could, yeah.
The question is, probably going, well, I love her, so I want her to be happy. So, okay. So, but this character is angry.
Well, can I say that there's some fear in there also, or is that layering too much to say that?
Well, I think, yeah, the fear is probably, like I said, that's self-preservation.
Yes.
Afraid that, you're going to be emasculated, afraid that, so yes, it is part of it. So, but we're jumping from that to anger.
Mm-hmm.
Because that fear made me angry. So what I just want to, it makes sense when you say, you do this. Now, if you're doing this, you're saying this for her to get why you're angry. So tell me again now, if you look at these lines, Richard, each one of these is a reason to justify why you're angry.
It's like every step that I take, she's taken 5 steps forward. I take a second step, she's 10 steps forward. I take a third step, she's 15 steps forward.
Okay.
I can't win.
I can't win, and you're not doing something.
I'm not getting ahead.
Yeah, and she's not doing something, right? She's not, whatever it is she's not understanding how you feel, and you don't even know how you feel. Maybe, who knows? The point being here is that could this, if your significant other wasn't acknowledging that you feel inadequate, or you feel inadequate, but she's not, acknowledging that what she's doing is basically showing off, maybe? That your life is going great. Go ahead, Josh.
She's definitely not using her words of affirmation, so it gives the you know, unacknowledged, you know, feeling, you know, whenever, you know, you gotta give credit when credit is due kind of thing, and she's not doing that. So.
Okay. So each one of these got to be a threat to you, like a weapon that she's using. You go out, you do this, and I do this, and you do this. It's just like she's proving every step of the way you're inadequate.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we have to see it. Oh, that's one of the ways, Bulls. Yep. But what would have to happen? How would she have to do this, Richard, in order for you to really, really get angry?
She'd have to do it as if she really, rather nonchalant, really, you know, didn't have much compassion or sympathy for what I was feeling.
Okay. Here. So just, you know, why don't you just grow up? That type of thing?
Well, that's that's even worse. Yeah, sure.
Scrub up. Yeah. Okay.
I'd say there's like a fear there.
Grease on the fire. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's like a fear-based element there, like where she goes, like, say she wins this award and she goes up on stage and doesn't thank her boyfriend. You know, like, I couldn't have done this without my boyfriend. That's a fear that maybe he has.
Yeah. So you feel unloved, unappreciated, and you want to, every ounce of you wants to attack her, but you're trying to explain why you're upset, okay? So leading up to this is, I don't know, you know, what your problem is. Why don't you just grow up? Okay, so could that make you angry, both of you guys?
Sure.
No, yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
so unempathetic, you know,
especially in the light that you're, you know, frustrated that she's not understanding you, or you know,
so what I kind of, you know, there's these things like in our rational mind, you know, I go out to this and you do that. In our rational mind, that doesn't really make much sense. You write a book, you know, you get it published. So it's all kind of metaphorically speaking in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like that, right?
Yeah.
Everything she does is to make you small. Make you feel small.
Mm-hmm.
She's not, you know, she's not acknowledging it at all, what you do or any of your value. So when I say, you know, it's under that, can you feel where that might make you angry and bring it in one of those anger muscle groups? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, why don't you just grow up? You feel my breath picking up? No, good. Good. Now, before you get in, because you want, I mean, every ounce you should want to say these words that I want to hurt her with them. I want to hurt these words, you know, hurt them with these words. However, we're going to go into modifying. Why? Tell me one reason why you can't express when we get to that anger where you really want to say, fuck you, you know, you give me shit, nothing. But you can't say that. Why? Why can't you express your anger once we get to the intensity, the way you feel it? Okay. So you have to have a reason for that. Maybe it's because I know if I do that, you know, I'm going to do, you know, I got enough brain cells to know that if I express that, you know, our relationship's going to be over. I'm never going to get my point heard. There's just enough intellect left in there that goes, you got to control this anger. So you don't want to appear, or you don't want to appear like a madman, because that would invalidate your point, right?
Right.
So we're asking, Josh, we're going to say that everything she's doing is deliberately to make you feel inadequate. Imagine if that being the truth. Imagine being with somebody who's doing stuff because, well, maybe they're just evil for one thing. Maybe, and you're still with them. But why? And what did I say to you, Richard, on that? I said that
why do you hold?
now, what does she say to you that makes you? That you're trying to explain each one of these points, but what did she say? You know, why don't you be? You know, why don't you just grow up? Why don't you? You know, be, you know, a real man, or something that infuriates you. Going, so why don't you just get a job? Anything that would, if that was to happen, I would feel incredibly angry.
Yeah, it sounds like she's being like, if she says stuff like that, she's not like listening. She's being solutions oriented, and you know, that can be infuriating.
Okay, all I want you to do right now is either just use one of those anger muscle groups. Either bring the jaw in just to start to feel a little bit of the anger. And so Richard, actually go first. So Josh, hang on to yours a second. Feeling that anger. And I want you using that anger to be clear about why you are feeling taking advantage of this relationship. You have those words. Tell me, and you got a few of those things. What is she doing? I mean, show me what's happening that validates why you feel taken advantage of.
I go to the cleaners and you write a book. I come back and you have it published. I do the laundry and it becomes a bestseller. I fold it and you get an award.
Okay.
Put yourself in my place.
Okay, good.
I'm earning a living as this houseboy.
And so now, I know I cut you off there, but now what I want you, there are certain things that she's doing. Like you do what? You fold the laundry, and what's she do? Oh, you know, give me these points again.
I go to the cleaners.
Keep a little bit of the anger going, but just give me these points as if you're talking to me, your therapist. You know what she does? What? Tell me what's happened. What's happening in your relationship?
I go to the cleaners.
Yeah.
She writes a book. I come back. She's got it published. And I do the laundry, and then it becomes a bestseller. I'm folding it, and she's getting a damn award. I got to tell these guys I'm acting. Hang on a second.
Well, we don't want, the whole point of it is that that's the truth. I feel angry, but we don't want to be yelling it.
Yeah.
So we want to, but that's a good start to go with it.
I'm just out here.
I'm not yelling at
It's like, I'm not really mad, everyone.
I'll make sure, because then my landlord might call the police and get worried about my girlfriend or something. Anyway.
So now what's happening is you've got the words and the text and the subtext all writing together.
Right.
Now what I want to do is keep that text that same way. But the reason why you can't yell it like that is because you will appear to be a madman. So now I need you to create the anger as much as you're creating it, what she's doing to make you look like a little piece of shit. But I need you to now control with the voice, and every time you control how you say in the words, and make your point. But you can't, and having the anger muscle groups, you're trying not to bring them all in. Okay, so just, you know, if somebody was to say this, you can hear her doing it. You know, you're not really a man, Richard. You know, you should really get a job. So what's going on? With a little bit of anger, but control it.
I go to the cleaners and you write a book.
Okay,
I come back and you have it published.
now hold on, create it. Because it wants to come out, but you got to keep it down. Otherwise, it's going to come out. So let it keep rising up. Deliberately bring it up. Control it. Mm-hmm.
I do the laundry, and it becomes a bestseller.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then unfold it, and you get an award. Put yourself in my place. I'm earning a living as a houseboy.
When we're and playing the music is, where do you hold it? Where is it? Where does it really build up? You got to hold it and control it. So not everything has to be. Sometimes we can control the words. You know, it doesn't all have to be. I am angry. It can be. I'm getting angry. So feel the anger building up. Why? Because she thinks I'm worthless. She thinks, and she does this deliberately, right? Say that for me. She does it deliberately.
She does this deliberately.
Mm-hmm. Good. What?
I go to the cleaners. She writes a book.
Mm-hmm. Keep bringing that message back in.
I come back. She's got it published.
With that tension in the eyelids. Mm-hmm.
I do the laundry, and it becomes a bestseller. I fold the laundry. She gets an award. Put yourself in my place. I'm earning a living as a houseboy.
Okay. The anger. I know you want to. It's so funny because you want to go to another emotion and you keep bringing it back in. So that's good. And you can play with any one of those as long as you keep that. You know why you're angry, because of what she did. As long as you keep these two things associated, let it build up, and how you maybe you want to accentuate certain things. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. What's that feeling like for you?
I see. There's a lot of things you can do with it. There's a lot of different places where you can kind of open and tighten the valve kind of thing, and it kind of colors it, I guess, in a way.
So what we're doing right now, we are really angry by what she said. We've gotten angry about it, but we are modifying. We are showing less anger than what we really feel. Why? Because we don't want to appear like we're out of fucking control. We're a madman, but I am out of control. So that's where we have to be inside, but we're controlling it so it's not going outside. So don't bring it up just to the level of being angry. I need to go past that. Inside you're feeling all these muscle groups that want to contract. You're feeling the breath picking up. And now you're going to express less. So we'll come back to that again, but that's where we're going with it. You want to try it, Josh? So again, making these words make sense to you. She's doing this, you do this, and she does this. How angry does each one of these make you? So start off slow, just activate one of the muscle groups, and hearing her say something. What could she say that would just like going, oh man, that would just piss me off.
Yeah.
You know, why don't you get a job? Why don't you get a real job? You're not even acting, really. Mm-hmm.
I go to the cleaners. You write a book. I come back and you have it published. I do the laundry and it becomes a bestseller. I fold it and you get the award. Put yourself in my place. I'm earning a living as a houseboy.
Okay, good. Now, as it's going on, you still have an intention here. The intention is to get her to be clear about why you're so upset.
Yeah.
And she just like maybe imagine if she was, on the phone talking to her agent, and and you know, hearing her saying something about you, I don't know, he's kind of a loser. I don't know, he's always upset. Mm-hmm. So just feeling that he's always, you know, like a loser. Feel that? Mm-hmm. Bringing up, and I want you to understand. So preface this line with, I want you to understand something.
Yeah. Listen, I go to the cleaners. You write the book. I come back. You already have it published. I do the laundry, and it becomes a bestseller.
Slow it down. Bring that anger back in. Mm-hmm. So you can control it.
I fold it, and you get an award.
That's it. Feel it. Feel it. It's coming up. Control it.
Put yourself in my place.
Bring back to the eyes. Mm-hmm.
I'm earning a living as a houseboy.
That houseboy. We're gonna go. That is what's got to be probably the height of the anger.
Yeah. Put yourself in my place. I'm earning a living as a houseboy.
Yeah. So we don't have to. There is a rhythm of energy that goes on when we're angry, but we can still until we get to that point past the anger point where we're getting into more of rage.
Yeah.
Then rage was like blah 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 blah, right?
Yeah.
But here, I have to control. I mean, I just want to blab this whole thing out.
Yeah.
I got to do things to try to control that.
Yeah.
Now remember, I don't want you to seem like a madman, but underneath that, you got two muscle groups that are going in. You feel that lifting up? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So first, get the intention. What would she just say? What is it that really kind of irritated you? Now be clear of what the problem really is. I don't know what the problem with him is. Good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Listen, I go to the cleaners and you write a book. I come back and it's already published.
You
I do the laundry.
Run a herder.
I do the laundry and it becomes a bestseller. I fold it and you get the award. Put yourself in my place. I'm earning a living as a houseboy.
So as we're watching, good, relaxing now. As we're watching too, we want to go. Oh, is he going to lose it or not? And so there is one, and right now we're just trying to keep it. You know, we can do a lot of other things with it, but what I don't want to do is do things that are stalling. Part of that is I know we're going for the lines. That's why I want these lines. These things she's saying is got to ring like. I do this and you do that. How dare you fucker?
Yeah.
So each one of these things is another way of saying you are a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I do this and you're flirting with my boyfriend, with my best friend. You do this, I catch you with your legs open. Mm-hmm. Let's try one more time. Feel the anger first. Don't start speaking. That's the last part. Until you got to control it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Get locked on to one of us.
I go to the cleaners. You write a book.
Locked on. Stay locked on. You got it.
I come back and you have it published.
Bring back the anger. Let the breath pick up.
I do the laundry and it becomes a bestseller.
Feel in your hands. You want to grab her right now. Mm-hmm.
I fold it. You get the award. Put yourself in my place. I'm earning a living as a houseboy.
All right, Richard, any thoughts?
Good.
As we're watching, we're looking for ways to tweak. And again, it's like, oh, we're playing a song. We're moving some minutes and going, okay, you know what? All right, so maybe there's a moments where we never want to lose contact with the emotion, contact with the stimuli, because you're done. You did that, you know. It's like then you got to bring more juice into it. So it's always about activating something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it has
that intention to want to reach out. So when our eyes are going this way, that way, then I know that we're not locked into this. All right, because when we're angry at somebody, we have this. We're locked on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just grabbing a line.
Unless we're trying not to, but we want to. So, yeah. But now you can see how the dialogue. I'm still trying to remember that. So, as we're having these points, you know why? Right? If I said, you know why I'm angry? I'm angry because she does this, and then I do this, and she does this. I'm angry because I do this, and she does this, and then I'm angry about this because she does that. You know what? I'm living a life of so it makes sense to you.
Each time it kind of goes.
Yeah, and each one is just like making me angry. But the more angry you want to get, the more. And I want every ounce. I want you to want to yell at her. I want you to want to grab her. I want you to have all those impulses. And the reason why you can't, yell at her, the reason why you can't grab her is because you don't want to invalidate yourself. So take a moment, turn the your video off and mute your sound. And I want you to take a few moments. I want to take about 7 minutes just to practice on your own, so you're not, you know where I want to go with this. So I wanted you to have a little playtime with this. So go ahead and take yourself off.
And then
There you go. Cool. All right. Any thoughts, Richard, so far?
Yeah. Well, definitely, it's that thing where he just holds them back, but it's also it's like a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and it builds up.
Right.
And it's got to have that, and I think it just each time it's like, however, each shape is based on the previous one, kind of builds from.
And you notice how it doesn't just, again, organically go there, because this isn't our life, you know, and, you know, maybe, in fact, it might be just the opposite. So in it, you're the actor and the internal moderator. In life, we're doing this kind of unconsciously, we're controlling, but each one of these things is a hot subject for us. So both of you guys listening to this, so she what's the first one? She writes, you go out and she writes a novel?
I go to the cleaners and you write a book.
Okay, so the first thing she goes, oh, hey, I just wrote a book. Well, okay. And then all of a sudden you turn around, you get a call. Hey, yeah, this is from a Bookdale publisher. We're going to publish your girlfriend's book. All right? She just writes it. She never wrote a book before, did she? All of a sudden she was writing a book, and then she has it published.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now, as you're sitting away trying to maybe crank out, you know, a book or a scene, or submit yourself to a project, you find out she won an award for this book, which is really kind of crappy, really, right? So she writes a book, she gets it published, she wins an award. Is that the three things she does?
Becomes a bestseller, then it wins an award.
Yep.
Okay, so it becomes a bestseller, and then she wins an award. So it's four things, right? She writes a book, gets published, wins an award, and then becomes a bestseller.
Bestseller.
Wins an award. And so, oh, you did all that. So put yourself in my spot. Why? Because you're not working, right? That's the reality, but you just got to picture yourself here. You're cleaning the house. You're getting her chores. I mean, you're doing her errands for her, and cooking dinner, and she's paying the bills. How do you feel? Can anybody say houseboy?
Yeah, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Houseboy.
Houseboy.
So, what do you, Richard? Tell me the four things. What does she do?
She writes a book. She gets it published. Becomes a bestseller, and she gets a damn award for it.
Okay, Jeff. What's the four things?
She writes a book. She has it published. It's a bestseller, and then it wins an award.
Okay. So each one of these things she does with this crappy piece of shit while you are doing what? So tell me about your life, Richard, how you dedicate your life to the art.
Cleaning the damn house and doing the laundry.
Okay. And you dedicated yourself to becoming an artist, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now what are you doing? You're a houseboy, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay. So now again, what are the four things that really irritate you, Richard? What's the four things that she's done out of nowhere that really bug the shit out of you? What are they? What'd she do?
She got the four things. Oh,
yeah. She wrote a book. Feel that anger.
She wrote a book.
Uh-huh.
She got it published.
Okay. Now we're going too far over. Just give me some of the anger and then control it. Mm-hmm. So we don't need to over-articulate it.
She wrote a book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She got it published.
Mm-hmm.
It became a bestseller.
Want to yell, but control it.
Became a bestseller. And she got an award.
And how are you? What's going on with you?
I'm a damn houseboy.
All right. So just tell me the 4 things first. You're thinking about it. She just knows nothing about writing, nothing about art, nothing about any of this world. And she just like falls into this shit and says, oh, why don't you just do it?
She wrote a book.
Okay, well, hold on, Richard. We're going to go to Josh this time. Yeah, Josh.
She wrote a book. And she had it published. It became a bestseller. And then it wins an award.
And what's going on with you?
And now I'm a houseboy. I'm a fucking houseboy.
Okay, good. So all these things are the books. Just like it's like it's like she's flaunting it in front of you. Okay, so I want to have you guys do this so that you can play. Think of it right now. We're putting all the pieces together. We're having the emotion, and all we're doing is showing less than what we feel.
Yeah.
That's the we know, she knows, everybody knows that you're pissed.
Yeah.
But you are in control of your piss, meaning you are showing less than what you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And so then doing that, then we'll look at it and go, okay, how can we tweak this to make this more of this message? Okay? So what you need to do to make your message maybe a little bit clearer. All right, so stand by first. Let me get me out of here. All right, actually, I can do it this way also. Richard, so stand by. We're going to go with you first. Now, the thing, too, as we're doing this, is put one of us up there, because that's who you're talking to, or somebody to focus. Don't put yourself on there. Put somebody, one of us, or if you can. And the whole idea, if you aren't aware of these sensations, if you try to be a little above at the same time you're working this, as I'm getting this, how she's doing this deliberately to humiliate you. You feel the sensations, you have it and have the impulse, and you want to do something. And all I'm trying to do is make sure you're clear about why I'm angry. Why are you so angry? That's going to be the question. So stand by and get it going. I'll give you an action cue.
Who's going first, Richard?
You are. Richard, yeah, Richard. All right, stand by. Let me get this. Boom. All right. Okay. Stand by, Richard. Okay, so you're looking at her and she just says, why are you so upset? Feel that anger first. Shut it out.
I go to the cleaners and you write a book. I come back and you have it published. I do the laundry and it becomes a bestseller. I fold it and you get an award. Put yourself in my place. I'm earning a living as a damn houseboy.
Let me just see where you are right now. Stay where you are. Drop the jaw. Jet it forward for me. Let me just see your face. All right. Yeah. Now hold it right there. Just keep it. And bring it. Tighten it up now. Bring those lips in. Yeah. Now. Control it. Do it one more time.
I go to the cleaners and you write a book. I come back and you have it published. I do the laundry and it becomes a bestseller.
Hang on it.
I fold it.
Yeah, get one more time. Good.
And you get an award.
Now bring the anger back in.
Put yourself in my place. I'm earning a living as a houseboy.
Good. Just stand by.
Anyway.
Your preparation is getting into the right place. Okay. You ready?
Yeah. I go to the cleaners, and you write a book. I get back, and it's already published. I do the laundry, and it becomes a bestseller. I fold it, and it wins an award. Put yourself in my shoes. I'm making a living as a houseboy.
Yeah. Good. Good. Do it one more time. Okay, so let's try to, as you're going through that, you can always stop. But don't lose that focus. I want you to know. Good. Get it going first. You know why you're angry. Don't go right to the words. Get connected. Turn away. She said to you, you know, I don't understand why you just don't do it. I know why you're such a loser. Why are you so angry? Why are you so upset?
Because I go to the cleaners and you write a book. I get back and it's already published.
Uh-oh.
He froze, I think.
I think so.
I do the laundry. And then and you win an award. Put yourself in my shoes. I'm making a living as a houseboy.
Okay, good. Hang on, you're going to have to do it again because you froze. Stay right in there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Okay, so it's all right. Try to keep in the same mindset as you leave it.
I am.
I want to make sure I keep it so that I can see that focus in your eyes. You, wherever you're looking at, keep that fucking focus on that person.
Are we back on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you so angry? Why are you so upset?
I go to the cleaners. And you write a book. I get back and it's already published. I do the laundry and it becomes a bestseller. I fold it. You win an award. Put yourself in my place. I'm making a living as a damn houseboy.
It was self-directing it for a moment. That was pretty interesting.
What happened?
Because it was like you froze and then you heard your voice over it. So froze, put yourself in my place. I'm making a living. It came out. All right. So the reality of what we're doing, you know, it's easy. And I need you to put this with it. Remember, I was about the duration. So if all of a sudden you got this going and you got the anger going, and then you just drop it and you go somewhere else, we're not. Then we need to raise the bar up. I need, after you're done, so man, I got a little shaking going on. Something's happening with your body. If it's not, then you need to allow it to carry over. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, I get all
the length of how this thing goes, and the quickest way to be pegged, as you know, that you're showing me, is to have it turned on, turned off. So even as it does it, that last moment, hang on to it. So let's take a look and see how we can tweak what we got going. So I thought you guys did pretty good. So let's take a look at it.
I'm interested to see. It felt good. I'm interested to see what it looked like.
Yeah. Well, and again, you know, we're not using the words to get emotional by.
Yeah.
We're already emotional, and we're using these words to make a point, which is a lot different. That's why we can play with it. And in a moment, we're going to take away all the anger and control everything, but we should still read Time Bomb. So let's take a look. Okay, so you're looking at it. She just, why are you so upset?
Things are so strong.
I go to the cleaners, and you write a book. I come back, and you have it published. I do the laundry, and it becomes a bestseller. I fold it, and you get an award. Put yourself in my place. I'm earning a living as a damn houseboy.
So can you see, Richard? I mean, that was good. But can you see how it's appearing more that you're hurt than, which is anger and sadness together?
Yeah.
But what I was trying to do was separate a little bit more so that it can get a little bit more scary, because there is no sadness into it, just necessarily sadness into it. Correcting. So let's see how the second time came. Stay right where you are right now. If you stay where you are, drop the jaw, jet it forward for me. Let me just see your face. Yeah, hold it right there. Just keep it. Bring it, tighten it up now. Bring those lips in. Yeah, now. Control it. Do one more time. I go to the cleaners, and you write a book. I come back, and you have it published. I do laundry, and it becomes my bestseller. Hang on. Bring that breathe up. Okay, one more time. Get it.
You get an award.
Now bring the anger back in.
Yourself in my place. I'm earning a living as a houseboy.
Good. You see the difference in that one?
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
So, I mean, even in the control, there's almost like I'm going to explode on here. But the first one, knowing that if you just go to the anger, it's going to have those elements into it. So if you see the reason why is because you led with the anger, not with the hurt. Nothing, it's just a choice. So we go, okay, well, what could you extract from this? Going, I like that, and I want this. What do you want us to? What do you want us get from this? You want to see a man who is like, who's furious and who's trying to still be articulate, but and teach her something, but is so angry about what's transpiring. What message do you want to give us from this? Or is that something?
I think you want me to answer that, or just internally answer it? Answer it.
No, I'm sorry. I guess I was going. Yeah, well, that's a cool answer. I think you should go with that. Somebody who is, so angry at her, but trying to remain civil. But unless you got a different take on that, what would you like to make your message about?
I'd like to make my message about whatever the director would like me to make my message about.
Well, first we're going to start with your creative input in there. I can always adjust it. But let's just choose.
I know why now. Why my first take around was led more with the hurt.
Okay.
Why? It wasn't an intellectual thing. I was just imagining that he was feeling like she couldn't sympathize for him, that his life sucked. It was great for her. And that does lead with hurt, but with the anger is a different point of view.
Good lesson. Because even though I was going for that, my imagination was taking me down another path. And you have to be aware how strong that can be if we don't choose the right words to set it up for ourselves. There's a big difference between how could you and how dare you. How could you and I'll kill you. And so the fact that we might go, you're not getting something. So everything that you need to do as the actor is to guide it so you go to the place you want to go. All right, so cool. So let's All right, we'll go with the director wants here. And that is what I want to do is I want to see it again. And I want to see how she has ignited this kind of like fury in you, and you're still trying to, like, this is the last time I'm going to say this to you. But I want to see how you have to control how much energy it takes for you to control it. So that you maintain, so you're not all over the place, and that you weren't here, but so that it's all contained. But I could just kill you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Less time. So that's what I want to go for and see what it does. All right.
Just stand by.
And it'll be the same thing for you, Josh, as you do.
Remember, your preparation is getting into the right place. Okay. Ready? I go to the cleaners. You write a book. I get back. It's already published. I do the laundry. It becomes a bestseller.
That's where it froze.
And it wins. Put yourself in my shoes.
Yeah.
I'm making a living as a houseboy. Good. Good. Do it one more time. Okay, so try to, as you're going through that, you can always stop. But don't lose that focus. I want you to know. Good. Get it going first. You know why you're angry. Don't go right to the words. Get connected. Turn away. She said to you, you know, I don't understand why you just don't do it. You know, why are you so angry? Why are you so upset? Because I go to the cleaners. You write a book. I get back and it's already published.
It just like froze up on us, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I do the laundry.
And the voiceover.
It looks pissed.
Put yourself in my shoes. I'm making a living as a houseboy.
We had that like kind of
Oh, well.
Oh, sweet.
So did you walk away? Did you move away? Did you get a little lightheaded from that?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, I had to go like, "Whew, okay, man, back to Josh. All right.
So that okay. So then maybe control it because it's a little hyperventilating. So just get it down to where you're in control of the breath.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't. You don't hyperventilate. That's
Yeah, because I'm not an angry person, but I can play an angry person typically.
I want to make sure I want to keep it so that I can see that focus in your eyes. Whoever you're looking at, keep that fucking focus on that person. Are we back on? Yeah. Okay. It's angry. It's upset. I go to cleaners. You write a book. I get back and it's already published. I do the laundry and it becomes a bestseller. I fold it. You put yourself in my place.
see.
I'm making a living as a damn houseboy.
Okay.
It was
Good. All right. Some thoughts.
We see what happened there. Yeah, that one wasn't so glitchy, but it was. I mean, I'm happy with it.
Yeah. No. Both of you guys should be. Like. Yeah. I got it. I got the anger underneath there, and I got the control. And again, it's just a matter how you want to play with it.
Yeah.
But you don't need the words to yell the words to get angry, and just
right.
the opposite.
Yeah, I was trying to channel like like Walter White a little bit there. Like
Channel the expression you want to go, and the outcome be a certain way. Is that what you're trying to say? What you're saying?
Yeah, because like in that show, you know, the acting is because his character is so, because he's a teacher, you know, that works with kids, and so he's not really known for being violent, but he can like really get down and like just be like so intense, you know, but he's not going to do anything. Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's very suppressed, kind of.
yeah.
So we can see how we keep the focus, number one, and now underneath it, if we are furious inside, then it's got to leak. But one, you know, you can't just sit there and stare. It's not going to do it.
It's not going to do it.
Underneath it, you feel everything going, but you feel that little.
Yeah.
You feel the nostrils slightly, one expands slightly.
Yeah.
And now you can talk. Whisper. So that's what I want you to try with this one here. We're going to feel the muscle groups being activated underneath. Well, what we're going to do is we are going to keep a focus.
Yeah.
When we stop talking, we got to manage it. So feel how that, you know, it's almost like find what yours is, what's right for you trying to control it. And this is something maybe you may not either be aware that you do, or it's not in your personality. And if it's not, you can learn. All that is ways of muscle groups want to tense. So it's just tense them, but then bring them back to it so that you can't let us see it. You know, you can feel like I just tensed it. Okay, pure normal. Now I'm going to talk. If I'm going to talk, you're going to feel it going someplace else. Right? So we're going to stay still with this. We're just going to deliver, you know, it doesn't matter so much what you say, what the subtext is, I could kill you right now. The text is, you do all this. All right. So let's keep a low level, work it, Richard. I'm going to come. Keep your eyes focused right into the camera lens for me. That's where you're going to play it. Stand by. Keep it building. You know why you're upset. You know why you're angry. It's going right to her. Because she makes you feel inferior. She's making you feel low life. Feel those muscles tensing in the jaw, jutting, without it jutting. Feel that brow coming down hard, but don't bring it down. Feel that eyelid lifting up right now. You feel the nose slightly expanding. So why are you angry? So now you know you are. Why?
I go to the cleaners and you write a book. I come back and you have it published. I do the laundry and it becomes a bestseller. I fold it and you get an award.
Don't do it. Bring it down.
Put yourself in my place. I'm earning a living as a houseboy.
Good. Josh, get ready.
Oh, ready.
Good focus. Good focus. Now the thing is, you have to feel the muscle groups tensing. Don't start talking until you get that. Let it leak out a little bit. Feel that jaw, feel that brow pulling down hard. Coming down. Don't pull it down. Feel that eyelid lifting right up in the brow. You feel it widening, but don't widen it. Feel the breath. And when you're ready,
I go to the cleaners and you write a book. I get back and it's already published. I do the laundry and it wins a bestseller.
let it leak.
I fold it and you win an award.
Feel those muscles tensing up.
Put yourself in my place. I'm making a living as a houseboy.
Look what's happening with your hands right now. Just look down. You know, you gotta relax them. Relax them. You gotta relax them. Turn away. So the breath's still picking up. You're still trying to control it. Now, take breaths and release it. Very nice, guys. Very nice. Take a look at it. Takes a lot out of you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes my neck cramp up.
So there, in that case, underneath it, you guys felt the emotion, yes?
Yeah, it was great.
And so
I love tweaking like myself into like weird emotional positions.
But the idea here that you could have yelled at any moment, you could have.
Oh yeah, I could have shouted at anything,
grabbed something and threw it. So we're already there.
Like someone can't get out of here. Like, yeah, we're already there.
Let's take a look at it and see.
Did it freeze up on me again or something when I was delivering my lines?
No.
Oh, cool. All right, sweet.
That's all. All right, here we go. Okay, so just look where we are, Rich. You can see how when you get focused in there, there's that level of intensity that's going on right now. And that's, that frames in there is something I want you to kind of like, okay, let's do more of that. That's working.
In the jaw, jutting, without it jutting. Feel that brow coming down hard. Don't bring it down. Feel that eyelid lifting up right now.
I could kill you.
Feel the nose slightly expand. So why are you angry? So now you know you are. I go through fingers and write a book. I come back and it's published. I do the laundry and it becomes a bestseller.
Control.
Hold it and you get an award.
So this is good to the other one we did, where we're modifying it to the point of doing less. And what we're doing now is modifying it to we're trying to neutralize it so we don't outwardly you can't see the anger. We're trying to control that. But this is great for the other one, so you know.
Yourself in my place. I'm running a living as a houseboy. Good. Josh, get ready. Just stick it, focus. Now the thing is, you have to feel the muscle groups, and you don't start talking until you get that. Let it leak out a little bit. Feel that jaw, feel that brow pulling down hard. Coming down. Don't pull it down. Feel that eyelid lifting right up in the brow. You feel it widening, but don't widen. Feel the breath. When you're ready, I go to the cleaners. You write a book. I get back. It's already published. I do the laundry, and it wins a bestseller. Let it leak. I fold it,
Still picking up. You're still trying to control it. Yeah, cool. Good.
I, I would, I would, I wouldn't fuck with that guy. He sounds crazy.
No. So, excellent. So, Don, on those two things, one of controlling it and playing with it. It's like whatever we come up with is the starting point of going, how can we make it even more interesting? How do we, because you're going to have scenes like this. How, what you want to do with that. Going, I saw this behavior that was really cool. Bring it in. And then if you saw something that was really cool, you're not going to look exactly the same way. It's like, how do you adapt to it?
Mm-hmm.
Richard, what's some thoughts? What you saw?
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. It's very good to see that and to see how yourself and a character is doing that, because we do that in real life. We fight things and you have an internal thing going on, so it makes it interesting that way. And then you see what times it leaks out, gives it a flavor, it draws you and gives you, as you watch it, it's like whatever the situation is, between the characters, you're waiting for it to blow up.
Right. And remind me, but yeah, that's right. And ask Josh, you're also going, what other emotions might we find in this? So that's how I want to kind of come back after. Josh, what's your take so far on this?
I had a lot of fun doing that. It cramps my neck up, so I'm like, get that angry. Other than that, it was really fun just to go to that place and have just have that like contained anger is pretty intense. So I'm probably have to go in there and punch my housemate just because I contain too much anger.
Right. Well, I want you to also practice this, like for example, having the focus and then adding one muscle group of the anger into it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Without escalating it. It's like I'm bringing it up to that level.
I was really impressed whenever you do, like with myself, because like I'm so fidgety and like you'll see me just do this shit the whole time, like when we're having class, and like whenever I can focus, then I don't blink, and then it turns into much better acting. So like,
yeah, and we shouldn't be blinking in this point because we're controlling anger, and anger's focused.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why we be blinking is because there's some kind of duress that's taking place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So we can go up, keep that same thing, but the anger we're at would be the beginning of the anger.
Yeah.
Or we've contained so much, modified it, so we're only expressing a little bit. So you have some range. Now, but think, what other, because I'm this angry, what else might be in the other color might be in this?
Fear.
Huh?
Fear. I'd say.
Fear. That angry, I don't know if fear would come in. This could be the result. This anger could be the result of fear.
Yeah.
You wanted to do it earlier, but I called it more as a stall, and I didn't want to go there yet.
Oh, excuse me. There'd be disgust then.
All right, disgust. Yeah. At the end, you know what?
I want to get disgusted.
I'm living like I'm living like it as a houseboy.
Shit.
So you can go from anger to disgust. That might be something to play with to see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's crazy. This is so stupid. Gee, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
So there's that other element that could come into this.
Yeah.
That's in alignment with the anger. Not another emotion, but another color that might come in.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, definitely we can blend this with anger and disgust.
Yeah.
contempt.
One of the other takes I did, I felt like disgust come in a few times. I was like, "Yeah, that was cool. That was interesting."
Now, if you think that, you know, this whole charade that's going on, imagine that this whole time, you know, she's been screwing her publisher. And that what I really am is disgusted with you.
Yeah.
You do this and you get this, and you do this and you get that.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the how could you instead of how dare you.
yeah. That is this piece of shit. What this is,
Mm-hmm.
you piece of shit. Now she had the anger and disgust, but now
Shit cunt.
trying to control that.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be just a little leaking out. So there's a lot, but keeping in theme what we're doing right now, which is modifying a strong feeling, which is modifying the anger.
Yeah.
And so what we did is we created it very intensely, but we controlled how much we were expressing.
Mm-hmm.
That's, you know, man, that's like, you know, being a dancer, being singing, musicians, like, you know, not just strumming the thing, you actually hit a chord. It's not just actually moving your body, you put it in rhythm and with some form. And that's what's cool. So I want you to play with the degrees and the intensities. You can't do it very long because you're going to get really tired, but you should get tired.
Mm-hmm.
And we can put some other, you know, other emotions to this. So, I mean, I love you. That's why I'm not going to express. I'm really angry. I don't even know why I'm this angry, but I don't want to express all this anger because I care about you. And I don't want to hurt you. I'm angry. So that might come out a different way, yes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you do this. So I'm angry, but I'm going to try and diffuse some of the anger.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the last part is you let it well up and we can bring out the sadness. You know, I'm living life a houseboy. You know, I want to control the sadness. So I thought on this particular episode tonight of modifying, I want to, this is a cool scene, but I think I want to give you guys something. No, maybe it would be, what do you guys think of this particular scene? Or do you want to do something, because I still want to play with different, the other ones, I'm sorry, I'm going out. The modifying, feeling more than, I mean, showing more than what you feel, that's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, whatever it is, hi, or boy, I'm really, really angry right now, you know, but you got to kind of still make it believable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is one more I think I want to do with this particular material, but so we're gonna continue this next week, and that is the falsifying and masking. So it's really hard to do this stuff. It's going to be falsifying and masking. So what I want to do is at the end of this this session here, what I want to do is we picked out what we were feeling, why we were feeling it, and then how we were feeling it, right? What we reacted to, why we reacted to it. And we knew that anger was how. So we supported that. We create more content, storyline to support that feeling. And then we try to hook into some key words or that would, you know, and allowing and hearing that for ourselves and activating one of the muscle groups in preparation for it. If we were doing the scene, you know, back up a little bit more and into it, it would be, we would find a springboard into, we'd have to make sure everything makes sense. So creating a little bit of that history that supported why I feel the way I feel. Remember I said to you about, you know, what are the things that take you off? And I go, she does this, and then she does this, and she does this, and that's 4 things. You notice how quickly you memorized this piece.
Yeah.
Once you knew why you were angry. So that's the key. When we understand why we're feeling what we're feeling, or why we're saying what we're saying, and the dialogue becomes that much more that easier to respond. Like you guys, if you can play with this, but play with it for like different ways. You might want to add in a different emotion in there. Like I said, that crazy. You guys can get time to get together. But I'm back to being angry. You can't. It has to be within the anger. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's still colored by I'm still really pissed off. Because if you drop,
like go from like angry into hysterical into confused back to anger or something.
Yeah. Or it can be another thought, which is that this whole thing's so freaking painful.
Yeah.
So it's other thoughts that might go in between, but come back to the anger.
Yeah.
So you think you guys might have a time to work on that? Because I think if you nail that in it with this emotion, you're gonna find, boy, I can do that with all of them.
Yeah. This week I'm pinned to go to Texas.
Okay.
Coming up. It's been a really busy acting week, so
okay,
it's been awesome. So I'm on avail for a job in Texas for next week. So,
excellent.
Yeah, just gotta see if it books. So, I don't know yet.
Cool.
But it'd be like Thursday through Monday next week. And then,
all right. So maybe we can do next Wednesday. Would that be all right?
That should be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
That should be fine. If I'm to fly out on Thursday, then that's
all right. Well, if you guys can get together, practice that yourself. Use this dialogue and see what other little emotions. But the key is that you always come back in this case to the anger.
Something's working.
Okay,
all right. Another call back tomorrow.
That's great. Great.
Excellent. All right. Keep us posted.
That's awesome. What's your callback for? Can I?
Tomorrow is it's this like sunglasses commercial, and cool. It's fun because you use you put on these sunglasses and this is actually a second callback. It's weird.
Wow.
So like you put on these sunglasses, well they're clear lenses and they're like these techie glasses, but you watch the car go by.
Oh really?
So, okay. Yeah. And I was like, all right, well, I can do that already. So I was like,
yeah. Cool.
The one I'm pinned for,
will come in.
Yeah, the one I want to veil for in Texas is the Jimmy John's commercial. That could be fun. I'm sure it shoots in Austin, so I love going to Austin.
Excellent.
Cool.
Excellent. Very,
motherfucker, it is pouring down rain again. I can hear it just going haywire. We're about to have I'm getting ready to host a rap party in my house here in like an hour. And it's a TV show called I think there's about going to be 40 people running around my house, but it's going to be nice networking for me because all the TV people are going to be here. Hey, come on over, man.
You get invited?
My housemate is the production manager on this TV show. So
okay. So it's their rap party.
Their rap party, but I get to hang out with everybody and everything.
Okay, so I understand why I didn't get invited now. Okay. All right, next Wednesday.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll shoot a message out, Josh, and just see if there's any time. I'll check.
All right, that sounds great. I'm out of town all weekend, so this weekend's not work. I have 2 shows.
And if you forget
Ventura and Huntington Beach. So it's fun time,
guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.